Let's go. Exciting, isn't it? Hi, welcome to Losing Weight with Elizabeth. You know what I think? Every now and then, you just need.
All right, you're fine.
I forgot who am I. I'm Elizabeth, by the way. I think every now and then when we do a meeting, we really have to go over the basics. And you have to really, when I'm going over the basics, everyone should really be thinking, where am I falling down on the job? Where is my big problem? Now, we talked about some of the big problems. Carol, you had a problem about you don't feel like you're getting enough food. But I feel that once we start to write down our food, you're going to know how many. And then let me say this about the calories. You have a calorie book, you have a phone, you have a computer. You can find the calories of something in about 12 seconds. So I had a lady, I had two ladies. One, I found out when she brought her tracker, was 500 calories a day.
500.
Now, she lost 50 pounds. Yay. Since then, she's gained 60
Oh my.
over a period of time. And she got so sick and weak, I can't even tell you this. She got so sick and weak that she fell down the stairs and broke her leg.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know, it's a terrible thing. She says, well, I sort of passed out. Well, you know, you're not eating.
No.
And another lady who we've talked about it before. When she brings her tracker in, she knows she has to have 1,200 calories, or I'm going to, go. I'm not going to do that, but, and so when she does do her 1,200 calories, she loses weight. And when she does less than that, she does not lose weight. So, that's why we have to start with the 12 tips to lose weight, because there's no easy way. I can't tell you how many things I see that I get, on my computer, in my email and Facebook and everything about things that, ways to lose weight. None of which, 21-day cleanses and, all that stuff. It's just a waste of time. You lose 10 pounds in 21 days, generally. But what happens?
You gain it right back.
Right, you gain 15 is what exactly happens. It's amazing that I don't understand how if you're not eating enough, you don't lose weight. I mean, I suppose eventually you will, because that woman did lose 50 pounds, but it's so unhealthy for your body. It stops your metabolism. It just, everything goes downhill. So let's start with the one I like the best. One I've been hearing more and more about is drinking your water. Every single diet, and I'm not talking about lifestyles here, because really what we're trying to promote here is a lifestyle change. We're not trying to go on a diet. We're trying to get everybody to eat healthy and because when I don't eat healthy, I don't feel good. Does anybody else have that problem?
I do.
You do? Yeah, I went out the other night and my brother says, go ahead, have a cheeseburger. Oh, what a mistake that was. Honestly, I was so sick. I was drinking kefir, which is a probiotic that really helps my stomach, all morning. And it's just because, when you don't eat, I don't even hardly eat meat. So when you eat meat, it's hard to digest, I think. Is it hard for you to digest?
Yeah, I'm not a big meat eater.
Yeah.
either.
So at any rate, that's just off the beaten track. But water is so important. And it doesn't have to just be plain old water. You could put lemon in it. You could put lime in it. You could have coffee or flavored teas. I've been drinking a lot of apple cinnamon tea. Oh, it feels like dessert. It seems like dessert. It seems like, because you're having something different than regular coffee and regular tea. And so that's a big that's a pretty good thing to be able to have at night, I think, after dinner, because it changes the taste in my mouth from my delicious dinner to something, to the apple cinnamon. So I don't want to just go back and finish that cod off and asparagus. Apparently, I'm on a cod and asparagus roll. It's just so delicious. But you should drink water, like, what do you have, like a cup of coffee in the morning or 2 cups of coffee? You can count that as 2 waters, or a cup of tea.
Even with the caffeine in it?
Yes, even with the caffeine. I mean, it would be better if, you didn't have a lot of caffeine.
I thought caffeine stole your water.
Well, you know what? This is the problem. Does it?
That's what I heard.
I know. They say. I never know whether they really are the real people or they are not. They had an article. Here's a great example of they. They had a woman that was on the cover of Woman's Day magazine, and she lost 100 pounds. And it said, and you're going through the article because you're saying, well, hopefully it was a healthy, happy way that she lost it. Well, there's nothing happy until you get used to it. Then it's really good. Well, she was drinking 3 liters of Coke a day.
Ooh.
You don't even know what that does to your stomach, let alone all the caffeine. So, of course, she was like 140 pounds overweight, and she lost all of that weight. Well, it's 2,400 calories or something. Can you imagine drinking that much Coke? It's like
No.
It's like I never put my glass down. That's really.
That's about it.
Isn't that about
She's
right?
drinking that much. Yeah.
She's drinking that much. So no wonder she lost all that weight. So now, will she be able to keep that weight off? Will she stay away from that Coke? That would seem to me to be an addiction.
I think
So they made it seem as if she lost weight in some miraculous way. No, she stopped drinking 3 liters of Coke. I mean, right? I always wished that there was one thing that I ate every day that was really fattening, like, I had a half a gallon of ice cream a day, or I a half a stick of butter, and I could say, okay, I'm not going to have any butter, or I'm not going to have ice cream. You know what I mean? Just the one thing that I'd have to give up. And that's really what happened to her. She just had to give the one thing up. And she just replaced it with the ever popular water. And what's the other part? Let's just say she got the liters of soda for $1 a piece, right? So now that would be $3 a day. That's $21. Say $80, almost $1,000 a year
Yeah.
in soda.
No.
You could have the best water filter ever, right?
Right.
So, there's really no reason. And here's how you should start your day. And the people who are doing this have found it very effective. This is something you could do when you retire. You just have to have that lemon water by your bed. You just have to do it. Because if you do that, it starts what I love to look here. They say that you should make a mantra. Like, today I'm going to do this, this, and this. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to eat healthy. I don't care what you say. Any one of these things would be great. But today I'm going to definitely do this one thing perfect. Like, what's one thing you could do perfect tomorrow? One thing.
Drink a glass of water when I get up.
That would be it. That would be perfect. See, that would be just
Like
a
a
small
12-ounce
change.
glass.
Well, it doesn't have to be 12
I
ounces.
know, but
Carol.
it would be great if I could do that.
If you could do
Yeah.
that, it would be really
They
good for
say
you.
it jump starts your metabolism.
No, your body must have to start to work. I mean, you are digesting it. I would think, and I think that's the part about water. And I don't, they say cold or hot, one way or the other. There's all sorts of opinions. If there was a hot water and cold water industry, I would think that they were doing the test.
Probably.
Because, like if they tell you should eat cranberries, it's the cranberry industry. It's true. If they tell you should be eating, what's another thing? Even almond milk now is like, well, of course it uses so much water to make it that, with water being in short supply where we grow almonds, it's made me say, yeah, I'm thinking it's not such a great idea after all. But with winter coming, I will be having it with oatmeal again. So, So how about the water? Do you think we could do that? I really do think that, and really, I doesn't listen. The only way water's going to fill me up is if it actually came with a cheeseburger. You know, so. But you know, a lot of people say that if you drink a glass of water before you have dinner, you're going to feel fuller.
My mother used to do that.
Yeah, and she was thin, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so let's go by her mother because
That's
it
right.
worked.
It works.
It works. But if you have that lemon water in the morning, it's not just that you're starting your metabolism. It's not just, but it's what you are actually making purpose. You purposely put it there before you went to bed. You
Right.
purposely drank it. Why were you drinking it?
See, I couldn't do that though.
Why not?
Water for me, it has to be cold. Once water gets just a little bit warm, I can't stand it. It has to be cold for
Well,
me.
see, I use a CPAP machine, so water in the morning is a must.
Right, right.
Yeah, right, exactly.
My mouth is very dry in the
Dry.
morning.
Yeah, water in the morning is a must. Well, then you know what, Ann? You just have to get out of the bed.
Right.
And then if I were you, I would go right to the kitchen and back right to my bed and drink that water right there.
Sounds like a plan. As long as it's cold, because like I said, if I ever put it there the night before, by the morning it'd be too warm. I don't like warm water.
The only reason I'm saying that is because then you would say, okay, I'm starting my day off right.
Right.
Even
yeah, I'm
though
gonna
that
try
would be a little extra step, but at least you know that about yourself. Most
Yeah.
people will drink the warm water and then go,
No.
oh, this is awful, and then
No,
they'll
I
never
can't.
they'll never try to figure out how to make it better.
No, for me it's got to be cold.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you could do that, or you could put a little cooler right by your bed.
Yeah, right.
No, just kidding. Yes.
Then my husband would be throwing food. in there.
Yeah, a little cooler. Here's a good one. Eat your calories. Just what we were just talking about. You cannot think for 5 seconds that you cannot eat your calories. And it's easy some days not to eat your calories, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens? Tell me what happens when you don't eat your calories. Well, first of all, you don't lose weight, but you said it. What happens when you don't have time during the day to eat? Tell me what happens.
I eat when I get home. I pick more on like crackers and stuff like that.
Because by the time you get home,
I'm hungry.
You're starving.
you're starving. So, excuse me. So that's the real problem. And then, you know, crackers and cheese look really good. It's a shame that we have to have this stuff in our house. You know, crackers and cheese. Because really, honestly, probably my favorite thing in the world. The only change I've made is from having, you know, like, you know, that plastic cheese. Because I buy real good cheese now. And that makes a big difference because it's much more satisfying because it tastes
Yeah,
so
it
much
is.
better.
Then it's calorie worthy.
It's calorie worthy.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's right. You're right.
And it's really satisfying. That's the good part. So if you are you're going to be out of there, and so this will not be a problem anymore. We will talk in the morning, we will talk in the afternoon, and we will talk at night. And I'll make sure that you had 3 meals and 2 snacks. That's what has to happen. But you
right.
do need to eat your calories. Okay, I could say this 1,000 times. Use smaller plates. Listen, when all of us were growing up, even some of you out there, our plates have gone from being like this to practically platters that my mother served 5 children and the family that platter for everyone. And we ate on a pound of pasta. I don't think she made 2 pounds of pasta. I know, we're looking like,
No, you're
what?
right.
Didn't you just, did you starve to death? Well, she practically starved me to death, but that's not the point at this juncture. But, you know, it was a platter was, you know, now, like, if you go to a restaurant, they will bring you a platter that you think should be for the whole table. Like
Exactly.
you're getting the family size serving,
Right.
right?
Right.
There's a restaurant right up the street from where we are filming right now. And you get a pound of pasta.
Right.
And you know what I know most people are asking themselves, whoever's home watching this, what restaurant is that? Where can I go get a pound of pasta?
I know the restaurant you're talking about. We call it the Hog Trough.
The what?
The Hog Trough.
Hog trough? Yeah, I know. When they brought me my dinner, I looked at it and I just burst out laughing. And I did. Of course, that I might have been giddy with joy of all the food, but really I couldn't. It really took away my appetite.
Yeah.
And we had 3 meals on that one dinner that I had.
Wow.
I know, 3 meals, 2 people. So 6 people ate. Think of it that way. My 1 meal. Because I only had a few bites and then I was like, yeah, no, thank you. I just couldn't, it just looked like too much food to me. And listen, that is not me at all. Normally I'm like, is this it? Like going in a French restaurant, we were just talking about it the other day, and they'll give you that one lamb riblet, you know, the one they call them lollipop lamb. Have you ever seen it? So it's the size of a lollipop. And there's the 4-string beans with the half a teaspoon of Béarnaise sauce, and then 3 of those little tiny red potatoes with the tiny ones, or the fingerling, you know. You look at your plate, you're like, I will have to stop somewhere on the way home and get some food.
Yeah, but they give you like 6 courses, the French.
Well, not this particular French restaurant that I was at in Toronto.
In France, they do.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, they give you like 6 courses.
Which is brilliant because even if they give you a small cup of soup, a small salad, then that little plate, then whatever, I can't imagine what 6 courses would entail.
Then they give you dessert, and then they always bring out the fromage table.
Oh, well, I would love that. That did not happen in Toronto.
Yeah,
I
that's
did
what
not
they
get
do in
any of
France,
that.
yeah.
Yes, and you know what's the other thing that I notice in other countries that they do? They bring out the fruit and nuts.
Yeah.
And they put it on the table, but they're still sitting at the table. Everybody in our life, in America, sadly, is immediately either they're on their telephones or they're leaving the table.
Right.
I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm going. Or they're all watching the television. I can't.
And eating.
And not talking. And that when you do that, you look down at your plate and it's empty. You don't even know you ate.
Right.
And if you're watching the news, you're eating with like this intention. If you're eating with the news on, you're going, what's the difference? I might as well just eat whatever I want. The world is going to hell in a handbag. Is that the saying? Hell in a handbag. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Okay, you smaller plates. Try to get your vegetables in first. Now, here's my suggestion this week, since they're really good right now, is that you should make some jambon. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, my sister makes that.
See, everybody's Italian or married to an Italian or knows an Italian in this room. So that's one thing. But really what it is, it's your tomato sauce, not cooked with, oil or anything like that, but your tomato sauce that you would make for pasta. And after you make your tomato sauce, just cut up every vegetable that you love, mushrooms, zucchini, yellow squash, what else?
Anything.
Onions.
Anything you have.
Let me say eggplant, which melts right into the jambon, so it actually makes it seem like it's a thick soup. You can even put that in a blender if you wanted to and have a thick soup with a dollop. Now, listen, I'm going to make it fattening.
With a dollop of
I'm
yogurt.
sure that's right. You could put a dollop of
Plain yogurt, no fat.
Sour
got.
Well, then you're making it fat.
No, you'd use the no-fat Calibro. It would be delicious. Bob made lasagna soup, and he used fattening stuff, but you can make actually lasagna soup, which is it's just delicious, really good. Oh, it's another good vegetable in there, carrots.
Oh, yeah.
So you let that cook all day, lots of garlic, basil, oregano, little red wine, you're all set. Delicious. You can't believe how good it is. And if you had a bowl of that, and I'm not even talking about a little bowl, it would probably be 100 calories, and wouldn't that fill you up? Little Parmesan cheese too, by the way. Wouldn't that fill you up before dinner? Yeah. And that would be a course. I love eating in courses. I love having my salad first, than having if I made a soup. Now, of course, we're in, not in the weather for soup, but that's coming. But I think after next week and when things start to calm down, I'm making that jambon for sure. Delicious, really
good.
great thing. So make your vegetables first, no matter how you do it. Salad, or soup, or jambon. I hope I'm even saying that right. I like that I even know how to say one Italian word. Okay, keep track of the inches because, not all victories are on the scale. That would have been a good thing for you to do is actually measure yourself. And you should probably do that when you start going to the gym with me. Okay. Measure yourself, write it down in your book, and then in like 6 weeks, measure again. Because, not all successes are on the scale.
No, that's true.
So you could actually be, actually down a size if you're working out and not have lost any weight because muscle takes up less room than fat.
That's right.
Make it look bigger. Well, the only way I can make it look bigger is if I have it on a smaller plate. So, that's just the best way for me. Spice up your food like my popcorn. I love to use a little ranch dressing. Use a little spray butter, right? Mm-hmm. And then I put a little ranch dressing. And I don't use the bags from microwave popcorn. I bought a microwave popcorn maker that just takes seconds to make your popcorn, and it has its own bowl. And then you just spray it with a little of that spray butter. There's your little bit of poison. And a little ranch dressing or chili powder or whatever you like. And you know what's a good idea? Having that on your counter when you're eating. It saves you from the BLTs, bites, licks, and tastes. It really does, because then you go and you have a bite and I remember doing this. I remember saying every time you take a bite of food, you have to sit in the chair. I cannot tell you how many times I had to sit in the chair that the next day my upper thighs, I did 7,000 squats. It was ridiculous. I was like, okay, that settles that. And that's when I started having popcorn and grapes on the counter. With the glass of wine, of course. Don't drink your calories. Well, all right. But you really do have to watch it. You can't have pina coladas and margaritas and these are 500 calorie drinks. We just don't know it. We just don't realize how many calories there is. You're better off, a glass of wine, a light beer, club soda and
lime.
If you like.
Twist a lime with a club soda.
Listen, you know what? I'm really happy with just club soda and some lime and ice. It really seems like it's a really delicious drink.
Does,
it's very refreshing.
It is.
And you feel like you're having something serious. But no fat diets. Absolutely no fat diets. I can't even tell you that people in the old days used to eat tapeworms too. And you know what? I heard that was making a comeback.
Oh, God.
Oh.
If you are willing to make yourself sick to lose weight,
No,
it's
thank
true.
you.
But look at how many women, mostly women, not men, Peter. Mostly women. Now this is where they actually men stand above women on this one. Women will go right to the doctor and have their, as we talked about, their thyroid checked because they're sure that they're doing everything right and their thyroid is just messed up. No, it probably isn't. And why would you wish ill health on yourself to lose weight? Just eat healthy.
Right.
I know I say just eat healthy. It's an effort to try to do that. But you have to start to think of why did you want to do it. One lady who lost 60 pounds, I made her, we were in an office where they had an actual cinder block table, and I said, just pick that cinder block up. You lost 2 of those. She could barely lift that cinder block up. It was really, really quite amazing. No fad diets is not going to work. It's not going to last. You have
Right.
to plan on it. This not being a temporary thing. It has to be. It has to be something that you're going to do forever. Not that you're not going to have pizza or cheeseburger, but eventually, honestly, those things just make you sick.
Well, you need fat in your diet.
Yes, but you need like a little tiny bit. You can't have, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Fat and lard.
I
and-
know that, but
you
you
know.
do need fat because I have to say that at one point when I was trying to lose weight, I stopped all fat and my hair started to fall out.
Oh, I don't doubt that. And it's
Yeah.
bad for your skin.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
So you
th-
do have to have some fat. Omega, your brain is made from omegas.
So you
gotta
need, you
have
do have to have some fat, even for your joints. It's
Yeah.
like a
Right.
lubricant.
Right.
It's great for your skin, and like you can have salmon too. I mean, that's good fat. There's a
Right.
lot of good fats.
Right.
But that no fat diet that we went on when we thought, oh well, we could have all the bread and all the turkey. We had big grinders. We just thought you just didn't have mayonnaise. We only had mustard, and we didn't have any cheese because we were having no fat. So it was lettuce, tomato, mustard, but it was on a big
Gigantic
grinder. Yeah, it was on a
plat-
grinder roll.
Ugh.
Everyone gained weight. It was ridiculous. We were eating pasta like it was our job because it was okay.
That's
So what do you need to work on?
My food intake.
Your food intake to make sure that you get to the 1,200
Right.
calories. We should all be so lucky that we go, I don't think I'm having enough calories.
I've
Bob, I honestly cannot tell you that I can see that. I don't know how much time we have left. Bob, could you give us the time?
30 seconds.
Thank you, Robert. All right. Stop being mean to yourself. I think that's another little thing. If you just stop being mean to yourself, because we do that. Carol, what are you going to work on this week?
I'm going to write things down.
Yeah, you know what? Not just what you eat, but what's going on. I think that's going to help you a lot with your stomach problems. Ann, what do you want to do?
I gotta write things down. I've kind of been lax
Mm.
journaling lately.
Yeah, that's really helpful.
Yeah.
Peter, you're just coming to the gym
Yes.
because you're perfect. You lost all the weight you need. Didn't you lose like about 40 pounds?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
you're not
Right.
holding your mic up, so no one will ever know. Peter lost 40 pounds and he goes to the gym as often as he can.
That's
So
great.
let's just say that. All right. This is going to change your life if you lose weight. If I told you all the things that have happened to me since I lost weight, they're just plain miracles. That's not probably going to happen to everyone, but I can assure you, you are going to feel a lot better. So have a healthy week, and I will see you next week. Thanks for stopping in. These are really 12 tips to shed pounds. They're all good ones. There's not one thing here that's not good.
No, they were very.
They're very good. That not being mean to yourself, very important.
Yes,
That's what I gotta work on.
yes.
I'm